So first thing I'm going to do is take my card out of my camera, pop it in my card reader or the back of the Mac, depending what you got. And we hit the plus button up here. And right away it says connected devices, Nikon D810, or if you're English, Nikon. And then they all come up. Let's see, we're going to make a new album for it. We'll call it Remy Headshots. I got a new Mac about 2 months ago, and the keyboard is different, so it's harder to. I'm getting used to typing on it. Can I add keywords in the import process on this version? No, I can't. So I'm just going to hit add 154 pictures. While that's importing, generally I chat with the person I'm shooting a little bit more on a photo shoot, but because there were a whole bunch of you guys there and we were like talking about multiple things like how to shoot and stuff, I did that less. But particularly with like younger people or people awkward behind the camera, the more you can have a conversation with them while you're doing it, so they're listening to you and they're kind of responding with their eyes and stuff, that makes them look more alive. So actually that picture is pretty solid right there. The first one that's coming up. But we've got our importing process right there going along. And there are some things that I tend to do when I'm culling. One of them is I zoom in and check the eyes to make sure that they're actually in focus. The screen is not as high resolution as the pictures that I shoot. So whenever you just look at the whole picture, you can see the whole thing, then what that means is your software has shrunk the picture so that you can see the whole thing. And that each pixel is not actually representative of a pixel that is in the shot. The only way to tell if something's actually perfectly in focus is to zoom into 100%, so that one pixel in the photo equals one pixel on the screen. And that's the same with your camera. If you want to take a picture and you want to check to make sure it's actually in focus, you got to zoom in all the way into your focus point on the back screen, see if it looks sharp there. Otherwise, everything looks great on a little screen. But you could be way off in your focus and you get home and you're like, oh crap, that sucks. So we'll do some of that. Ejected card after import. That means I can pull the card out and stick it back in my camera and format it. I never leave pictures on the card after I've imported them. They're just gone. That way it's all discrete stuff each time I bring in new things. So I'm going to go to this grid view and we're going to apply some keywords. I'm going to select them all. Let's see, where do I put keywords in? Is it down here on this version. So ACHS, comma, headshot, school, portrait. Good enough. Yeah, I want to add them to all 154 pictures. Now, these are going in reverse chronological order, it looks like, which is interesting. Let's see if we can view. Is there a sort button on this version? Is it? Down here? Yeah. Okay. So capture date. That should do it.
You have to hit reverse order.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, and then I can just turn these filters off because I don't really care about them much. Okay. That can go away. Okay. So we'll start right at the beginning. Do I like that picture? Not particularly. That one's better. Because like, remember like when we started off, I was like, oh, this thing and that thing and these things, and they're all distracting, kind of like I don't dig it. This is better. I'm gonna just stick a 1 star on it. It's kind of a decent smile. Let's check the eyes, make sure they're in focus. Sort of. It's at 1600 ISO and there's a little bit of motion blur on there. Oh, I didn't even notice. Yeah, well, it's also that this side is a little bit more in shadow because the window is right here and it's casting the light around your face. That's a pretty good smile. And is it sharp? Yeah, it's pretty sharp. Okay. Pretty solid. And I'm just, if there's like 3 or 4 that look exactly the same and I can't tell the difference, I used to agonize over which one was better. And I'm like, if I can't tell, nobody can tell. So that's kind of a different style. We got I'd like to crop it in a little bit to see if I can get this distracting element there out. Let's check the focus. That's sharp. A little bit dark on the eyes. I'd like more catch light in there. Okay. I find that smiling pictures usually kind of hit their stride about 15 minutes into the shoot. At first, you're like, I'm smiling because you told me to. And then it gets a little bit more natural as time goes on. Well, that also helps too. So now we've got the reflector in there. You see the catch light from the reflector? Right there. And that also, if you notice, there's less shadow on this side. That's pretty cool. I'm also checking for like weird photobombing people like this. It's kind of fun. I like the flyaway hairs there. Check focus. Yeah. That's good. Oh, nice little subtle smile coming in. See the difference between head back and head down in terms of like, yeah, this is what I prefer. This is a little bit more confrontational, like, yeah, you're taking my picture. This is like, hi, what's up? See, and also it makes eyes bigger doing that. So we get pretty good. You can see the whole oh yeah, look at that. What is there a term for that?
No. With different eye colors.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. With different eye colors.
So every once in a while I just try to play with a different perspective. It's kind of fun, but I don't know if I actually like it. That one's kind of... So this is more the garage door lighting. Very kind of direct, and I like that. Smile. And then I'm tilting the camera a little bit now. You can see this background line. I think some later ones, I changed the angle a little bit so we don't get this green kind of tile, because I don't like that. It's pretty solid. And this would actually be pretty easy to get out, even in Lightroom, if you don't, without cropping, because you can just take all this black and just paint over it without too much trouble. There's a little bit more of an angle, and we've got the head is still at the same kind of angle as the shoulders. And this gets really sharp. This kind of light, I mean, look at the detail you get in eyelashes and all that kind of stuff. It's some of my favorite. Oh, that's good. Simple, direct, different kind of thing. Maybe a little bit too much angle there, but we'll save one just to be safe. I should like the other angle better, I think. That's the shot. Just keep one of those. There's a little bit of tension in your face, you notice that? Like, you're kind of pulling your chin down just a touch. Yeah, whatever. You don't like the ones without the glasses? I like this one. That's a good look. I don't think the stairs were quite tall enough. If the stairs were one unbroken element of just lines and colors, oh, I think that would have worked. But this, we got this stuff back here, and I don't like that. Plus, the light is just meh. Might make a decent black and white. When I first went to get my color headshots done, the way the photographer did it is he would, every 15 or 20 shots, we'd sit down and look at them on the computer and say, tell me which ones you like and which ones you don't like. He was making a lot of money doing it, but I think it was a terrible approach because I didn't like any of them. Because like my teeth looked yellow, I had bags under my eyes and all this stuff. Like I looked like crap. I'm 24 years old and I look like I'm 35. So, and he's like, oh, I can fix the bags and the teeth in like 2 seconds. Oh, okay. So now, yeah, I like them all. So most of the time I don't show people pictures of themselves until I'm done with them. That's kind of fun. That's a little cheeky. And we're back to the beginning now. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my grid view, and I'm going to filter equals unrated. Does it say how many I've got? So right now it's saying imported 9 minutes ago and 0 stars. So I think this is 100 pictures that I didn't give a rating to, and 54 did get a rating. So I'm going to select all of those. And then, is it Command delete, Option delete? There we go. I'm going to delete this 100 pictures. Bye-bye. Okay. So now what we're left with is pictures that I think are in focus, correctly exposed, and with good facial expressions. So let's go back through those. We're going to make them into 2 stars. That sounds all right.
That smile looks kind of forced.
It is a little forced, yeah. Getting a real smile that actually looks...
So uncomfortable in that picture.
That's kind of fun. I like that it's from the side like that. Like that. Right? It takes a little... That was a fun experiment, but I don't particularly like those shots. That I like. These ones need to be warmed up a little bit. They're a little on the blue side because of just the difference in the light. That I like. That I really like. We don't like these ones, right? That one's kind of good, yeah. Good thoughtful expression there. I like that. This is like an author shot to me. Looks like if you wrote a book, that's the picture you'd probably have on the back cover. Yeah, we'll save that one so we can make it black and white. I like that one. All right, now let's filter them into 2 stars. What do we got now? How many? I don't. Where does it say? In Classic, it would make it much easier for me to tell how many I had. Not many. All right, so we're.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
There we go. There, and we have the number there too. Okay, I'm getting used to this version. So now we're gonna do our top our 3 stars, the ones that we actually like. I think that one's good. That one I like.